my next door neighbor, and here she is coming out now. Hello, Kelly.
Hello, Miss Estrada. Oh, what are you so upset about? Oh, don't scowl so, dear. You're much less attractive when you knit your brows and glare.
I know, Kalaniki, but I'm smoldering with indignation at the way we women act. Men think we are so gifted for all sorts of crime that we will stop at nothing. But when it comes to an appointment here with me to plot and plan for something really serious, they lie in bed and do not come.
Oh, they'll come, my dear. You know what trouble women have in going out? One's wrapped up in her husband still, another waking the maid or with her child putting it to sleep or feeding its pat.
Oh, but they had more important things to do than those.
What is it, Miss Estrada? What have you called all of us women here for? How much of a thing is it?
Oh, it's very big.
Oh, and thick?
Oh, very thick indeed.
Then how can we be late?
Oh, that's not the way it is, or we would all be here by now. But it is something that I have figured out myself, and I have tossed and turned upon for many a sleepless night. So slick that their survival of all of Greece depends upon the women.
Upon the women? Greece! Poor Greece has next to nothing to depend upon.
Well, since it's we who must decide if there is a state, either it is to be no Spartan left behind.
Oh, and good thing too if none were left by Zeus.
Or every living soul in Thebes to be destroyed.
Oh, except the eels. Oh, spare the delicious eels of Thebes.
But as for Athens, I can't bring myself to say the like of that for us. But think what I mean. If all of the women were to meet here as I told them to, from Sparta and from Thebes and all of their allies and from Athens as well, all together we'd save Greece.
Oh, what reasonable thing could women ever do? We who lie around, groomed and draped in oriental stuffs and fancy pumps.
Those are the very things on which I count upon to save us. Wicked saffron gowns and perfumes and pumps and rouge and sheer transparent frocks.
Oh, what use can they be?
So that no man in our time will raise a spear against another man again.
Well, I'll get a dress dyed saffron yellow, come what may.
Nor touch a shield.
I'll slip into my sheerest gown.
Nor so much as a dagger.
Well, I'll buy a new pair of pumps.
So, don't you think that all the women should be here by now?
I don't. They should have flown and been here long ago.
You'll see, my dear, they will, like good Athenians, do everything too late. But from the coastal towns, none is here either, nor from Salamis.
Oh, those from Salamis have surely crossed the strait. They're always straddling something this time of night.
But not even those I was expecting would be here first. From Acharnae, from Sarum, not even they are here.
Well, one's underway. 3 sheets to the wind, but...
But look, the women are approaching over here. Oh, there's some coming this way. Where are they from? Down by the marshes?
It smells as if the bottoms have all been churned up.
Hello, Mrs. Estrada. Oh, are we a little late? Mwah. Mwah. What's that? Why don't you speak?
I don't think much of you, mere headache, coming to this business only now.
Well, I couldn't very well find my girdle in the dark. If it's so urgent, tell us. Yeah, we're all here.
No, let's wait till the delegates from Sparta and from Thebes arrive.
Oh, you show much better judgment.
Well, I'm not drunk, so...
My dearest Spartan friend! Oh, Lampedo! How very sweet! How beautiful you look! And what fresh complexion! And your magnificent figure! It's enough to crush a bull!
I surely think I could. I'd take my exercise, I'd jump, and I thump my butt.
But really, what a handsome set of tits you
Oh, you fill me over like a cow for sacrifice.
Oh, and what's this other young thing?
She's prominent, I swear, in Thebes. A delegate ample enough.
Oh, by Zeus and Thebes, well having so trim a flowlet.
Oh, yes, by Zeus. Why, there isn't a weed in all her field she hasn't plucked.
And who is this other young thing?
There is nothing small, I swear, or talk about her folks in Corinth.
No, her? Nothing small or tight.
do have one little question. Don't you all miss the fathers of your little ones? Your husbands who have gone away to war? I'm sure you all have husbands in the armies far away from home.
Mine's been in Thrace 5 months. A general's guard posted to see his general does not desert.
And mine has been away in Pylos 7 whole months.
And mine, though he does get back on leave sometimes, no sooner has he come than he is gone again.
Oh, and no lovers either? Ugh, not a sign of one is left. For since our Eastern allies have deserted us, they haven't sent so much as a single 6-inch substitute to keep us light smooth. And when they get stiff and ready to come to grips, we do not yield to them, but just hold off and keep them straining. They'll give it up in no time, no doubt about that.
We in Sparta say that when Menelaus saw Helen's bad apples, he just tossed away his sword.
And what, please, if our husbands toss us away?
Wrote the good old saying, know thyself.
It isn't worth the candle. I hate cheap substitutes. And what if they drag us into the bedroom?
Well, then hang on to the door.
And if they beat us?
Well, then you must give in. But do it badly and nastily. There's no fun in it by force, for never will a man enjoy himself unless the woman coincides.
If both of you are for this plan, then so are we.
We in Sparta shall persuade our men to uphold the peace with honor and sincerity in all ways. But how will you ever persuade the vulgar mob of Athens not to deviate from discipline?
Oh, well, we'll persuade our men. They'll keep the peace.
Not as long as they have battleships afloat and endless money stored up in the Parthenon, they won't.
Well, that too has been carefully provided for. The women will take over the Acropolis today. We already have it planned out. The oldest women have their orders. While we meet here, they'll go as if to sacrifice something, but really seizing the Acropolis.
All should go well. What you say there is very smart.
Well then, Lampedo, let us take an oath to bind us indissolubly.
Well, just you tell us what that oath is. Then we'll swear.
Okay, go get me a shield and some scraps of blood and guts.
What do you intend on making us swear on?
Why, on a shield, just as they tell me some insurgents in a play by Aeschylus once did.
Oh, Lysistrata, don't make us swear on a shield, not if the oath has anything to do with peace.
Well, maybe we could get a white horse like the Amazons and cut some gut from that.
Yeah. Where would we get a white horse?
Well, what kind of an oath is suitable for us?
Well, I'll tell you if you like. First, we get a big drinking cup, and we lay it on the ground face up, and then we let the neck of a good jug of wine bleed into it, and then we solemnly swear to add no water in.
Spiders, I just can't tell you how much I like that oath.
Someone go get a wine jug and a cup from inside. Hey!
My dears, my dearest dears, how's this for pottery? Oh, feel good luck right away just laying hold of it.
Well, then sit it down right here and let all lay hands upon it. Oh, goddess of persuasion, oh loving cup, do accept this like a victim's blood as sacrifice and be gracious unto us.
It's anemic and it flows clear. Those are good signs.
Oh, what an aroma! Backcasted it is sweet.
Oh, my dears, if you don't mind, I'll be the first to swear.
Oh, yeah, we're trying to know. Maybe if you had drawn first place by lot. Now let all lay their right hand upon it. Other right hand. And let one of you repeat for all what she shall say, and you will be bound by her word. No lover, no husband husband, and no man on earth.
No lover, no husband, and no man on earth
Shall e'er approach me with his penis out. Repeat.
shall e'er approach me with his penis up.
And I shall lead an unlaid life alone at home. And I shall lead an unlaid life alone at home. Wearing a saffron gown and groomed and beautified.
Wearing a saffron gown and groomed and beautified.
So that my husband will be all on fire for me.
So that my husband will be all on fire for me.
But I will never willingly give in to him.
But I will never willingly give in to him.
And if he tries to force me against my will,
And if he tries to force me against my will,
then I will do it badly and not wiggle in response.
then I will do it badly and not wiggle in response.
Nor to the ceiling will I lift my Parisian pump.
Nor toward the ceiling will I lift my Parisian pumps.
Nor crouch down like the lions of the cheese graters do.
Nor crouch down like the lions on cheese graters do.
And if I keep my oath, then may I drink of this.
Oh, but if I keep my oath, may I drink of this?
Hey! But if I do not, then may water fill the cup.
If I do not, then may water fill the cup.
Do you all swear to this with her?
We do, by Zeus.
I'll consecrate the oath now. Hey!
Share like my dears, we shall be friendly to each other from the start.
Screaming about.
Well, that's what I was telling you. Hey, the women have already taken over the Parthenon and the Acropolis. Now, Lampedo, I'm going to need you to go back to Sparta and set things in order there, but leave your friends with us as hostages. Oh. And hold the barn gates.
Oh, but what if the men rally and try to take back the citadel?
Oh, they don't worry me much, for never threats or fire will they bring against us enough to make us force open the gates.
Never by Aphrodite, or our names shall be battle axes and unbearable.
Lead on, O drakes, step by step, although your shoulders aching, and under this green olive log straight, waste your back.
Stop it! Life is long, but always has more surprises for us. Now, who'd have thought we lived to hear this, O Strimators? The women we fed and looked upon as helpless liabilities now dare to occupy the Parthenon, our whole Acropolis, for once they seize the Propylaea straightway. They've locked the door in the gateway.
Let's rush the Acropolis with due precipitation and lay these logs down circle-wise till presently we turn them into a general pyre to make a general cremation of all the women up there, huh? Yeah! With our own hands, we'll burn them, the leaders and the followers, without discrimination.
Yeah! They'll never have the laugh on me. Though I may not look it, I took back the Acropolis when the Spartans took it 100 years ago. Laid siege that lasted 5 years, so that when the king threw off his garments and his armor, he looked and smelled, well, dirty.
Strictly I beseech the man, the gates were all invested, with 17 ranks of armed men, all equally ferocious. Shall women by Euripides and all the gods attested not be restrained by me from something so atrocious?
They shall. Or may our trophies won at Marathon be bested. But we have a long way to go yet. Up that steep, winding road to get to the fortress where we want to get. How will we ever drag our loads like an Acula's way up there? I can tell you that my shoulders caved in quite beyond repair.
Yet we must ever higher, ever blowing on the fire, so the coals will still be glowing when we get to where we're going.
My joke! What a thought!
Lord Hercules! How fierce it flies out against me from Like a rabid bitch, it bites me in the eyes. It's female fire would not scratch my world eyes like this.
Yet, undaunted we must onward, up the high Acropolis, where Athena's temple stands, fallen into hostile hands. Oh, my comrades! Has there never been a greater need to save her?
Yeah!
I choke! Last long.
Oh, well, I'm certainly glad to see the fire's yet alive and waking.
Why don't we put our lumber down here in handy batches and put a stick of grapevine until it catches?
And hurl ourselves against the gates with battering and shaking.
And if they don't come far the gates at such an ultimatum, we'll set the gates ablaze, and the smoke will suffocate them.
Well, let's put down our load. Foo, what smoke, but blow as needed.
Your ablest generals these days wouldn't carry wood like we did.
At last, the lumber ceases grinding my poor back to pieces.
These are your orders. Colonel Pot, wake the coals and bid them, and present me a torch lit up and flaring.
Oh, victory be with us! If you help us to quell the women's daring, then we will raise a trophy to you of how you and we undid them!
I think that I perceive a smoke which appears of furious sparks as of a lighted fire. Women will have to hurry.
Oh, fleetly fly! Oh, swiftly flit, my dears! Ere Kaliki be lit, and with Gratilla swallowed up alive in flames, which the gales dreadfully drive, and deadly old men fiercely inflict. Yet one thing I'm afraid of, will I not arrive too late? For filling up my water jug has been no easy matter, what with the crowd at the spring in the dusk, and the clamor and the powdery clatter, pushed as I was, jostled by slave women, and sluts marked with the brand, yet with my jug firmly in hand, here I have come hoping to save my burning friends and brave. Water, the women into cinders on grill.
But oh, Athena, never may I see my friends igniting. Nay, let them save all the cities of Greece and their people from folly and fighting. Goddess whose crest flashes with gold, they were so bold, stealing your shrine only for this. Goddess who held Athens for this noble design, braving the flames, calling on you. Carry water too.
Be still! What was that noise?
Oh, yeah!
Oh, wicked and degraded! Would any good religious men have ever done what they did?
Heart. Just look! There's a swarm above us and a swarm beneath us!
Why do you panic at the sight of us? This is not many of us. Well, we number tens of thousands, but you've hardly seen a fraction.
Oh, shall they talk so big and we not take some action?
Yeah!
Shall we not be bashing the gates and splintering our lumber?
Us too set our pictures down, so they will not encumber our movements if these gentlemen should care to offer battle.
Someone ought to click their jaws twice, thrice, until they rattle, and we never hear their prating.
Well, here's your chance. Will someone hit me? Here I stand, just waiting. No other bitch will ever grab your bow, so I'll treat him.
Shut up! Or else Druffius old age will never reach you.
Oh, come now, will anyone step and lay one finger on Stratilis?
And if we pulverize her with our knuckles, will you kill us?
What? No!
Oh, my God.
No, only chew your lungs out.
Oh!
Well, and your innards.
Oh!
And your eyes.
Oh! Great Euripides was right! He says that women are the worst of all living creatures!
Now is the time, Bridget. Let us raise our brimming pitchers.
Well, why bring you water, you, the god's abomination?
And why come here with fire, you tomb, to give yourself cremation?
To set your friends alight on a pyre erect for them!
And so we brought our water jugs. Upon your pyre, we'll pour them.
You'll put my fire out.
Anytime, there's nothing to it.
You know, I think I'll grill you first. With just this torch to do it.
Have you some dusting powder? I have your wedding bath already.
You'll bathe me, garbage that you are.
Yes, right. Just hold steady.
Men, you have heard her insolence.
I am freeborn, not your slave, sir.
I'll have that noise of yours restrained.
Court's out, so be less grave, sir.
Well, why don't you set her hair on fire?
Oh, watch her. Be of service.
No. Sorry, folks. Oh, it's me!
Was it too hot?
No, what is this?
I am watering you to make you grow. What?
Well, I'm shriveled from this chill I got.
Well, you got a fire, so warm yourself. Oh, you're trembling. Are you nervous?
No.
Oh, just...
Has the extravagance of women broken out into full fury with their banging tambourines and constant wailings for the Oriental gods. And on the rooftops, there are a festival, which I can hear myself from the assembly once. While the monstrous that numbskull had the floor, urging an expedition against Sicily, his wife was dancing when we heard her crying out, "Weep for Adonis." So the expedition failed with such an omen. When the same Democritus was urging us to levy troops from our allies, his wife was on the roof again, a little drunk. "Weep for Adonis, beat your breast," says she. At that he gets more bellicose, that goddamn Democritus. To this has the incontinence of women come.
You have no idea how terrible they can be. I mean, they poured out their water jugs on us, so we're reduced to shaking out our shirts as if we pissed in them.
Well, by the god of waters, what do you expect? When we ourselves conspire with them in waywardness and give them good examples of perversity, such wicked notions naturally sprout in them. We go into a shop and say something like this: "Goldsmith, about that necklace you repaired. Last night my wife was dancing when the peg that bolts the catch fell from its hole. I have to sail to Salamis, but if you have the time, by all means, try to come towards evening and put in the peg she needs." Another man says to a cobbler who has no child's play of a prick, "Cobbler," he says, "her sandal strap's pinching my wife's little toe, which is quite delicate. So, please, come by at noon and stretch it for us so it has a wider play." Such things as that, of course, result in things like this. When I, as a commissioner, have made a deal to fit the fleet with oars and need the money now, I am locked out by these women from the very gates. But it's no use just standing here. Bring on the bar so I can put these women in their proper place. What are you gaping at, you poor unfortunate? What are you looking? Only to see if a bar is opening it downtown. Come, drive in these crowbars, enter the gate on that side, pry away, and I shall pry on this.
Oh, no need to pry at all. I'm coming out of my own free will. What use are bars? Isn't it bolts and bars we need so much as brains?
Really, you dirty slut? Oh! Where's that officer? Arrest her and tie both her hands behind her back.
By Artemis, if you lift a hand at me, public officer or not, you'll hear him howl.
You let her scare you? Grab her by the middle, you, and you, help her, and between you get her tied.
By Artemis, if you lay a hand on her, I have half a mind to wash the shit out of you.
It's out already, look. Now where's that other one? Tie up that woman first, she babbles of it all.
Oh, well, by the cake, if you so much as lay a hand on her, you'll soon need a cup to keep your swellings down.
What happened? Where's that bowman now? Hold on to her.
Oh, by Artemis, if you so much as lift a hand at her, I'll bereave your head of every hair, and you'll weep for each one, too.
What a calamity, this one's failed me too. But never must we let ourselves be overcome by women. All together now, Scythians, let us march against them in formation.
So we have 4 companies of fighting women inside, perfectly equipped for war.
Oh, charge their flanks, O Scythians, and tie their hands.
All allies, comrades, women, sally forth and fight. All vegetable vendors, all green
above all when spotting a bar across the way.
Commissioner, you're spending your words unduly, arguing with these animals that only roar the louder. Have you forgotten how they showered us so coldly and so cruelly, and then they furnished us no powder?
Hey, now, beating up your neighbor is inevitable. Bring the beating upon yourself, sir, with your own eyes black and bloody. I'd rather sit securely like a little girl, demurely not stirring up a single straw nor harming anyone, so long as no one robs my hide and rouses me to stinging.
How shall we ever tame these brutes? We cannot tolerate this situation further, so we must find with what purpose in mind they have taken the Acropolis and locked the gates. Cross-examine them. Never believe one word they tell you. Refute them, confound them. We must get to the bottom of these things and the situations that surround them.
Of course, and I want to know just one thing first, just why you committed this treason, barricading the fortress with locks and bars. I want to know the reason.
Why, to protect all the money up there from you, you'll have nothing to fight for without it.
You think it's money we're fighting for?
Oh, all the problems we have are about it. It's so Cyander and those in power of his kind to embezzle the treasure and cook up emergencies all the time in order to spend it. We'll let them, if such is their pleasure, but they'll never get into this money again, though you men should elect them to spend it.
And just what will you do with it?
Can you ask? Of course, we'll superintend it.
You will superintend the treasury! You!
And why should it strike you as funny, when it's we who manage your houses and everything, and it's we who look after your money?
But it's not the same thing.
Why not?
It's war, and this money must pay the expenses.
First off, you needn't be waging war.
To survive, we don't need our defenses.
You'll survive. We shall save you.
Who, you?
Yes, we.
You absolutely disgust me.
Oh, you may like it or not, but you shall be saved.
I protest.
If you must, but this has got to be done all the same.
It has. It's illegal, unjust, and outrageous.
Oh, we must save you, sir.
Yes, and if I refuse?
Well, then you will much the more grimly engage us.
And whence does it happen that war and peace are fit matters for women to mention?
Oh, I will gladly explain it.
And be quick or else you'll be howled.
Oh, now just pay attention and try to keep your hands to yourself if you can.
Oh, but I can't. You can't think how I suffer in holding them back in my anger.
Sir, if you don't, you will have it much rougher.
You may croak that remark to yourself, you hag. Will you do the explaining?
I'll do it. Heretofore, we women in times of war have endured very patiently through it, putting up with whatever you men might do. For never a peep would you let us deliver on your unstatesmanly like acts, no matter how much they upset us. And when we sat at home, we knew that you had handled such a big issue poorly. We would come up to you with a smile on our face, though our heart be grieving us sorely. What were the terms of truce you came up with in assembly this morning, dear, we'd ask? And what's it to you? Said our husbands. Shut up. So, as ever, at this
Be quiet.
Al, but if you weren't, you were beaten for it.
I'd shut up, and I do not deny it. But when plan after plan was decided upon so bad that we could scarcely believe it, I would say to my husband, oh, this last is so mindless, I cannot think of how you would achieve it. And with a dirty look, he would say to me, just you think what your spindle is for, my dear, or your head will be spending for end on days. Let the men attend to war.
By Zeus, he had the right idea.
Oh, you fool. Right ideas were quite out of the question when your reckless policies failed, and yet we could never make a suggestion. And we even heard you say so yourself. There'd be someone in the street lamenting, oh, there's not one man in the country now. And we heard many others assenting. After that, we conferred through our deputies and agreed, having briefly debated, that we should join together at once to save all of Greece, for why should we have waited? So now, when it's we women who are talking sense, if you would only be quiet and listen to us as we did you, you would be very much edified by it.
You will edify us, I protest.
Oh, shut up. Oh.
I'm to shut up and listen, you scum, you? Sooner death than a veil on your head at that.
We'll see about that. You know, it may really become you. Do accept this veil as a present from me. Oh, drape it modestly, like so, around your head. Oh, now, not another word, sir.
Oh, but do accept this dear little wool basket, too. Put your girdle and your card, the way the nicest Athenians do. And the women will see to the war, sir.
Oh, women, set your jugs aside and keep a closer distance. Our friends may need from us as well some resolute assistance. Since never shall I weary of the stepping of the dance, nor will my knees of treading. For these ladies, I'll advance anywhere they may lead, and they're daring indeed. They have wit, a fine figure, boldness of heart. They are prudent and charming, efficient and smart, patriotic and brave. But, oh, manliest grandmothers, onward now, and you matronly nettles, don't waver, but continue to bristle and rage, my dears, for you've still got the wind in your favor.
But if the spirit of love and the power of Aphrodite were to breathe down over our breasts and thighs, an attraction both melting and mighty, raising only their powerful tongues. And if you're thinking of pleasanter rigor in men, then I think we'd be known throughout all of Greece as makers of peace and good fashion.
Having done just what?
Well, first, we shall certainly make it unlawful to go madly through the market in armor.
Yes, my dear Aphrodite, it is awful.
For now, in the midst of the pottery stalls, and the beans and the greens and the garlic, men go clambering around in full armor, all beetling and warlike.
They must do as their valor imposes them.
But it makes a man only look funny to be wearing a shield with a gorgon's head and wanting sardines for less money.
Yeah. Well, I saw a huge cavalry captain once on a stallion that scarcely could hold him, pouring into his helmet of bronze a pint of pea soup an old woman had sold him, and a Thracian who, brandishing shield and spear like some savage reputee staged once, when he frightened the vendor, fixed it up, gobbled up all her ripest and aged ones.
And how, on the international scale, can you solve this enormous confusion between all the states of Greece?
Very easily.
How? Do inform us.
Well, with our skein is in a tangle, we take it thus on our spindles. Or haven't you seen us? We take some on this side and some on the other side, and we work out the tangles between us. And that is how we will undo this war, by exchanging ambassadors. One from our side and one from their side, and we will work out the tangles together.
Do you really think that with wools and skeins and just being able to spin you, we can end these momentous affairs, you fools?
With any intelligence, you statesmen would govern as we work our wool, and all of Athens would profit.
Yes.
How so? Do tell.
Well, first, you take the raw fleece and you wash the bushittedness off it. Just so, you should lay the city out, like on a washboard, and beat out the rotters and pluck out their sharpers like burrs. And when you find tight knots of schemers and plotters who are only out for key offices, card them loose. But best, take off their heads in addition. And then into one basket, card together all of those of a good disposition, be they citizens or resident aliens or a friend or an ally or an absolute stranger, even those in debt to the Commonwealth. You can mix them in with no danger. In the cities of which Athens is colonized, we should not leave them to lie around like so many shreddings and tufts of wool to be scattered about. But we should bring them into one big ball to weave a coat for the people, to warm and protect them.
Now, isn't this awful? They treat the state like wool to be beaten and carded and have nothing at all to do with war.
You damned wool hardhead. We might have none of your honors, but we have double your sufferings by it. First up, we bear sons whom you send to war.
Don't bring on your old sorrows, be quiet.
And now, when we ought to be enjoying ourselves and making the most of our prime and our beauty, our husbands are away on their soldierly duty. But never mind us, when young girls grow old in their beds with no men to share them.
You forget that men too grow old.
By Zeus, you cannot compare them. For when a man returns, though he be quite gray, he could wed a young girl in a minute. But the season of a woman is very short, and she must take what she can while she's in it, and you know she must. For though you be awfully astute, no man would want to marry her, leaving her alone to stare into the future.
But he can raise an erection still.
Is there some good reason you don't just drop dead? Oh, we'll sell you a coffin if you but will, and I'll even give you a string of onions for you to tie around your head, and I will bake you a honey cake, large and round, for you to feed the Cerberus underground.
Accept these few fillets of link from me. Let me offer you these for your garland, sir.
Oh. Do you want something else that you see? Oh, listen. Oh, Charon is calling his passenger. Now, will you catch the ferry, or will you delay while the other dead are ready to sail away?
Is it not downright monstrous to treat me like this? I will march down to the commissioners as I am in evidence.
Oh, you doesn't have to. Oh, but your departed spirit will receive from us burnt offering in due form 2 days from now at dawn.
No man now dare fall to his drowsings if he wishes to stand free. Men, let's strip and guard ourselves from this eventuality. To me, this all begins to have a smell. Bigger things and larger things as well. Most of all, I sniff a tyranny at once. I'm much afraid certain secret agents of Sparta may have come here, hiding undercover in Synesius' house, instigating those damned women who by the seat have made a raid upon our treasury, which pays our great sum that the city pays it from.
Oh, sinister events already. Think of them, women as they are, prating on of things like bronze and shields, and trying to get us to make peace with those that we hate, those of Sparta! Oh, men, it's just a pretext for a dictatorship! But to me, they shall never dictate. Watch and ward, a sword I'll hide under a branch of myrtle and slip through the agora, backing the tyrannicide.
Thus I'll take my stand right beside him.
Yes.
These women have my rage goaded raw. I'm as likely to clip this old woman in the jaw.
Yeah.
Your own mother will not know you when you come home if you do. Let us first, though, lay out things down. Oh, my dear old friend and true.
For now, our fellow citizens, we would consider waffles and our city goods. Well, I think bringing up in wealth and elegance. Let me a 7 tub with the embroidery of Athena's mantle, and a 10 with offering cakes and flowers. When I was grown and beautiful, I had my chance to bear her baskets at my neck, a string of figs, and proud as anything. Must I not then give my city any good advice I can?
Need you hold the facts against me that I was not born a man, when I offer better methods than the present ones, and when I have a share in this economy, for I contribute men. But you, saddle codgers, yours is forfeited on many scores. You've drawn upon our treasure, dating back from the Persian War, what they call grand patrimony, and you've paid no taxes back. Worse, you've run it nearly bankrupt, and the prospect's pretty black.
Have you anything to answer? State you're within the law, and I'll take this rawhide boot and clip you on across the jaw.
You're funny. Greater insolence than ever! That is a method that she calls better, if you believe her. But men, we must make ourselves ready for battle.
Yeah.
We shall strip and present ourselves not like an omelet wrapped up in leafage for sale.
Forward and barefoot, we'll do it again to the death, as when we resisted Lipstrion and when we really existed, huh?
Yeah! Now or never we must grow young again and sprouting wings from our backs, throw off the heaviness age brings. If we give them just one little hold, nothing will be safe from their tenacious grasp. They are so bold, soon they will build ships of war, and with exorbitant intent, send such navies on us as Queen Artemisia once did. And if they come by horse, our knights will soon delete, for nothing rides as well as a woman.